Attention passionate Montreal, Canadiens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the Atlantic Division and it could shake up the entire conference. We're talking about a direct impact on Montreal Canadiens' path to another Stanley Cup run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Montreal Canadiens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Montreal Canadiens fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying close attention to the NHL landscape lately, you already know that the Montreal Canadiens are in a very interesting position, especially when it comes to their defensive core. And this latest news is stirring up quite a buzz around the Bell Centre and among Canadiens fans everywhere. Rumors are swirling about potential trades, strategic moves, and the kind of additions that could really shape the team's future. One of the biggest stories right now is the Canadiens' apparent interest in acquiring a player who, despite not being a prolific scorer, brings a certain presence and stability on the blue line that Montreal could desperately use. We're talking about Nicolas Hague, the towering defenseman from the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, just to give you a bit of background, Hague is a guy who stands out physically even in the NHL. He's 6'6", weighs around 240 pounds, and has that imposing, intimidating presence that teams love in a stay-at-home defenseman. Sure, he may not be lighting up the scoresheet last season. He only managed 12 points in 68 games, but his role isn't to generate offense. It's to be a reliable, physical presence, someone who can clear the front of the net, block shots, win battles along the boards, and provide that stability that every team needs in their defensive zone. What makes Hague particularly interesting from Montreal's perspective is his versatility. You see, he is primarily a left-shot defenseman, which might seem like a detail, but in hockey, the balance of left and right shots on your blue line can make a huge difference in your overall team structure and power play setups. The Canadiens, historically, have had a fair share of left-shot defensemen, but what's intriguing here is Hague's ability to shift to the right side if necessary. That kind of flexibility is valuable, especially when you're trying to fill gaps without overcommitting to one side. Hague is also a player with a solid playoff pedigree. He's been through the intense grind of the postseason 4 times with the Golden Knights, accumulating 44 games and even winning the Stanley Cup in 2023. That playoff experience is huge for Montreal, especially as they look to build a team capable of making deep runs and challenging for the coveted trophy. The Canadiens, under the guidance of Martin St. Louis, have shown a lot of promise, but they're still in a phase of retooling, developing young talent, and adding veteran pieces that can provide both leadership and stability. Hague's experience and size could be exactly what they need to bolster their blue line without rushing their young prospects too soon. And speaking of prospects, it's worth noting that the Canadiens have some promising young defenders in their system, like David Reinbacher and Logan Mailloux, who showcased their potential in the Laval Rockets' playoff run. However, as talented as they are, they might not be quite ready to step into the NHL full-time just yet. Defensemen, especially those with Hague's size and experience, often take a bit more time to develop. So, bringing in a guy like Hague might be a strategic move to bridge that gap while giving the young defenders time to grow and refine their game. Now, let's talk about what this means for the Canadiens' roster and strategic direction. GM Kent Hughes has been clear that he wants to avoid rushing the development of his young players. As he stated multiple times, the key to success is organic growth, and that means giving prospects like Reinbacher and Mailloux the time they need to mature into NHL-level players. But at the same time, Hughes recognizes the importance of adding experienced, reliable defensemen to the mix, especially those who can step in and make an immediate impact. Hague, with his playoff experience and physical presence, could be the perfect fit. Not only that, but his arrival could also signal a shift in the team's defensive strategy, emphasizing more stability and grit, which is essential as the Canadiens look to compete more consistently in the tough Atlantic Division. Speaking of the division, the Atlantic is no joke this year. Teams like Boston, Tampa Bay, Florida, and Toronto are all loaded with talent, making every game a battle. The Canadiens need to be smart, strategic, and perhaps a little aggressive in the trade market to carve out their space and climb the standings. Adding a player like Haig could be a statement move, showing that Montreal is serious about competing and making a splash this season. It's not just about patching up the roster, it's about making a statement that the Canadiens are back in the playoff picture, ready to challenge the division's powerhouses. Now, some fans might wonder, why Haig? Why not go after a more offensive-minded defenseman? Well, the answer lies in the team's current needs. The Canadiens have plenty of young forwards with offensive flair, but their defense has been a bit inconsistent, especially in terms of physicality and experience. Haig's size and playoff grit can help stabilize the back end, make life easier for the goaltenders, and create a more balanced team. Plus, he's still only 26 years old, which means he's entering his prime and has several years ahead of him to contribute at a high level. The potential move also raises some interesting questions about the Canadiens' future trade plans. Hughes has been methodical and patient, and acquiring Haig could be part of a broader plan to reshape the defensive core, possibly involving trades of some existing defensemen or prospects. It's a strategy that aims to balance the present and future, giving Montreal a strong foundation while still developing young talent. And with Haig's experience and size, he could become a key veteran presence on the blue line, mentoring the younger players and helping set the tone for the team's defensive identity. But let's not forget, all of this is still in the rumor mill, and nothing is set in stone yet. The Canadiens are known for their smart, disciplined approach to trades and signings, and they won't rush into anything just for the sake of it. If Haig becomes a Montreal Canadien, it will be because the team's management sees him as a perfect fit, someone who can help them contend now while also fitting into the long-term plan. His contract situation, team needs, and cap space will all play a role in how this unfolds. And this isn't just speculation, it's part of a broader pattern we've seen from Hughes and the Canadiens. They've been strategic in their moves, often taking their time to evaluate options thoroughly. This is a team that's rebuilding thoughtfully, adding pieces that complement their young core, while also bringing in veterans who can contribute immediately. Haig's potential arrival fits right into this philosophy, and it could be the piece that helps Montreal take a significant step forward this season. Now, beyond the on-ice implications, there's also a lot of excitement among fans about what this means for the team's identity. The Canadiens have always been known for their proud defensive tradition, and adding a player like Haig could reinforce that identity. His size, physicality, and playoff experience could serve as a rallying point for the team, inspiring the younger players to step up and emulate that gritty, relentless style that has defined Montreal hockey for generations. And looking at the bigger picture, acquiring Haig could be a signal to the division and the league that the Canadiens are serious about competing, about pushing for playoff positioning, and about making a deep run in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Atlantic is stacked, but Montreal is quietly building a roster that can hold its own and even surprise some of the big names. It's a strategic move that could pay dividends not just this season, but over the next few years as the team evolves and matures. So, as we wait for official confirmation and see how this story develops, one thing is clear: the Montreal Canadiens are making moves. They're not sitting back and watching others build, they're actively shaping their future. And whether Haig joins the team or not, it's evident that the Canadiens are serious about re-establishing themselves as a formidable contender in the NHL. And for us, fans, that's incredibly exciting. We've been through a lot of ups and downs, but a team that's making smart, strategic moves like this is exactly what we've been waiting for. And now, Montreal Canadiens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Haig is the right fit for the Canadiens? Are you excited about the potential move? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Montreal Canadiens news. We're in this journey together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our beloved Canadiens. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's go Canadiens!